I'm Dwayne Woolard, and this is my persuasive speech for speech 175. And my speech today is on the benefit of smaller fuel-efficient cars versus large SUVs and pickups. And what I plan to show today is not only is the advantage of the smaller cars has to do with financial safety and also an environmental impact. And trucks versus fuel-efficient sedans. First point people tend to bring up is safety. The safety in the full-frame truck, the large body, and the full frame is probably the one advantage on a truck. But most other disadvantages as far as safety fall into rollover and imbalance. Braking is lacking on most of them versus the small sedan, and the maneuverability, whereas the small car does maneuver much better than the large pickup or SUV. One thing that would help this, and most trucks don't have, is the full-time all-wheel drive. That was pointed out by Consumer Reports. That in most of their safety ratings, most trucks that are produced are two-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive, which detracts greatly from their safety and the lack of maneuverability. Some disadvantages on the small car is ground clearance, but as far as people tend to attribute that to heavy winter days when roads are closed with ice and snow. And an example, in the 2010-2011 winter, there were only 3 days that there were highways closed due to inclement winter weather. Other than that, they were open and passable. Whereas 2011-2012, we had none. So the argument for the all-time four-wheel drive or four-wheel drive mainly carries a social or carries a social aspect. It's just larger, and the SUVs and trucks usually aren't. They're larger, they're flashier, they're showier than your SUVs or your small cars. Onto fuel efficiency, from both the EPA and also from Consumer Reports, trucks, the new 2012 models, with some of the worst being around 8 miles to the gallon and some of the best being around 18. Whereas your small cars, in fact, I compared specifically comparing apples to apples. I compared an F-150 Ford to a Ford Focus. And with the truck, the F-150, the worst F-150 you get had 10 miles to the gallon, whereas the best was 19 miles to the gallon. Versus your Ford Focus, the worst Ford Focus you could get was 21 miles to the gallon, and that was in city. And whereas the best, though, you could do without being electric was 38 miles to the gallon. Showing over a 5-year period, the average savings. Now the one statistics I could find with Consumer Reports was that gas was at $2.10 a gallon. So it is a bit dated, but they showed a 5-year savings of $5,298 in a 26 mile per gallon sedan versus anything that made under 21 miles per gallon, which covers most of the trucks that I reviewed in researching this. On an environmental impact, I've heard people argue that it costs more to environmentally, as far as resources with water, energy sources, to make a Prius than it does for a 1-ton Dodge pickup. Well, that part can be true due to the fact that the Prius uses lithium batteries. But in its overall lifetime, the amount of resources that are used, according to the EPA, it far exceeds by over 40%, and they consider the lifetime of a car to be 10 years. And the environmental impacts from mining oil versus mining coal. Right now, the mining of coal, usually they use a lot of strip mining, which does ravage the environment quite bad. But they do use much less of it. Use only 20% of available fuel to produce the same amount of use of a vehicle when you're producing electric versus something that is fossil fuel powered. And so, to summarize, the fuel efficient sedans do use less, and they do it, not to repeat myself, but they do it more efficiently than the use of large trucks or SUVs, whereas their advantages do lie much more economical with our $3 to $4 a gallon fuel. The price of, and because the fuel is high, our other resources we put into the vehicles are high. And so, in the big picture, the smaller cars do save us time and money.